Your head was spinning and you tried not to freak out on the spot. This was your worst nightmare. How could this happen to you? Oh, yeah right. My street *P.D.A.X cheated on me and I thought it was a good idea to KSS a stranger in the cab and then sleep with him. Oh, by the way, he's my new boss. Congratulations. YN. Here are the files, sir, you told him, handing him them with shaking hands while you silently cursed at yourself because of how sound. He cocked his eyebrows so shortly that you almost didn't notice it. In his eyes was so much disregard and coldness that it gave you icy chills up the spine. He didn't even thank you and took the files. He didn't waste a single glance at 𝚁𝙁 and kept piercing you with his inscrutable eyes. Jungkook. Welcome, Miss YN. I expect flawless work from you, he demanded in such a monotone voice that you seriously asked yourself if it was the same man from this morning. YN. Of course, sir, you said, bowing and clenched your hands together to hide your trembling. Jungkook. Miss YN, I want the files about the current state of the market in China on my desk by 4, he requested and turned around without uttering any other word. As soon as he had left the room you noticed that you were holding your breath and exhaled shakily. 𝚁𝙁. Oh my god, YN. It was like the temperature fell down to -50°C. How did he know your name? He doesn't know any name of the employees here. She said, coming over to you to comfort you. YN. I don't know. You said. You came up with a lie since you didn't know if you could trust her or if she was one of those gossip girls. YN. Maybe he read my file. One thing is sure, he does not like me. You said, sitting on your chair to calm down. 𝚁𝙁. No, don't say that. He's like that to everyone. You can make him like you if you work hard. He won't show that he likes you though. But at least he'll leave you alone. She said, patting your back. YN. Thank you. You chuckled and nodded. YN. I'd better start working now if I want to finish that file in time. You said and turned on your computer. 𝚁𝙁. Sure, if you need any help, just say it, she said and gave you a reassuring smile. You nodded and smiled back. Time skips. After more than 4 hours of very exhausting research you were actually able to finish up the file. YN. Yes, finally. I'm done, you said and sighed, leaning back in your chair. You rubbed your temples and closed your eyes for a short while. You went through what you worked on one more time and decided it was good enough for him. Hopefully. 𝚁𝙁. Ready to go to the lion's den, she joked, trying to make you feel not too tensed about him. YN. Not really, but he won't stop me. I really want to keep this position. You said, giving her a weak smile. 𝚁𝙁. There you go, girl, she said, winking before you left the room. But still you were pretty nervous when you were in the elevator up to the highest floor. You counted your breaths to calm yourself and thought of how important this was to you. You wouldn't let a simple one night get in your way. You approached the big non-see-through glass door and gently knocked on it. Jungkook. Come in, his deep voice sounded and you took a deep breath before you entered. He was standing behind his desk with crossed arms and faced you with his back. The office was located so high that he could overlook the whole city through the ceiling-high windows. His office was so huge and luxurious you could only dream of it. YN. Here is the file you wanted, you said, bowing and put it on his desk, feeling pretty intimidated. He didn't say anything and also didn't turn around, so you turned to go. But then you changed your mind. YN. Are we going to talk about what happened last night? You asked cautiously. YN. I'm sorry I kicked. He cut you off and said. Jungkook. Miss YN. He said, turning towards you and gave you a stern look. Jungkook. I don't know what you're talking about. You should really separate personal matters from your working life. YN. Yes, I'm sorry, sir. Jaeon. You said bowing and bit your inner cheek. You shouldn't have talked about it. Jungkook. You can go now, he said coldly, and you left. YN. F****. You cursed as you closed the door behind you. Jungkook. Miss YN, I heard that. He called after you and you closed your eyes groaning. You completely messed up on your first day. YN. You know how long I worked on the files for today? You asked Seojun, groaning as you entered your office Friday morning. It has only been a week since you started working at Jaeon Industrials and you were already drowning in work. Not like you didn't expect it, but you had the feeling he gave you more work than any other employee in the economic department. Seojun. How long? She asked curiously. YN. The whole night. You said, cursing, and sat down on your chair behind your desk. YN. I think I'm going crazy. He just hates me. And there's nothing I can do. Seojun. Don't say that, YN. What happened to nothing can stop you. Don't give up. It's only been 1 week. YN. Yeah, you're right, thanks, Seojun. You're one of the good things about working here, you said, sighing. Seojun. Yeah, I don't want you to go, you know. I like you pretty much, she said, smiling. You laughed and sent her a flying kiss. YN. I just wish he wouldn't be so cold and such a j. After several minutes. Jungkook. Good morning, ladies. A deep, cold voice sounded and Jungkook walked into your office. You both jumped up and bowed deeply. Hopefully he didn't listen to your rant. YN. Good morning, Sir Jaeon. You greeted him and reached for the files. YN. Here are the files you requested. He took them and quickly looked through them. Jungkook. I don't need those anymore. If you had checked the finance market this morning, you would know that these numbers are irrelevant by now. He said, throwing them on your desk. You nodded and bit your inner cheek so hard that you could taste BLD. Jungkook. Work on the new files now and put them on my desk when you're done, he told you, and you nodded, bowing. As soon as he left, you broke down in your chair and groaned, annoyed. You weren't even sad or disappointed, you were just angry. YN. All night, you whispered into the direction of Seojun, scared he might still hear you. She chuckled and mouthed, Seojun. What ADK? You both giggled and went back to work. YN. You know, I'm not too sure about the whole nothing will stop me thing anymore. You've been working 8 hours on the new files and you had a pretty bad headache. Seojun. I'm sorry, YN. Is there anything I can do to make you feel better? You want to grab a drink tonight, she said and walked over to you. YN. Oh yeah, sure, I'd love that, you said, thinking about spending a little time with her to get your mind off work. Seojun. Okay then. I'll be going first today and I'll call you, she said, waving at you. An hour later, you were also finally done. You wrapped up your things so you could go straight home after you dropped off the files. You took the elevator up to the highest floor and walked to his office. You knocked on the door and waited for a while, but there was no answer. It seemed like he was absent. You just wanted to go home already, so you sighed and went inside. He really wasn't there, so you put the files on his desk and turned to go. But then you noticed a single business card lying on his table. You couldn't help but take it and look at it. It was high-quality paper and his name was imprinted in golden letters. His phone number and his office telephone number were also on it. You weren't sure if you were meant to take it, but you put it into your purse anyway. Time skips. When you got home, Seojun texted you the address of the club she picked for your night out. You decided to dress up a little since the place you were going was quite popular. You met her there and you managed to get in quickly since she knew the doorman. You ordered your drinks and talked or rather screamed, against the loud music. You had a really great time with her since she opened up more to you and you had drink after drink. You were so frustrated from work that you lost count of your drinks and let completely go of yourself. You were totally wasted before midnight and 𝚁𝙁𝚂𝙗 ran off with some guy to the dance floor. You were all by yourself and decided to do something really street *P.D. You texted your boss. YN. Hello. Good evening, Mr. Jayon, I mean sir. You said, stumbling out of the club and bowed to him, almost losing your balance. Jungkook. Whoa, careful there. Jungkook said, immediately wrapping his arm around your waist to support you. YN. EY, this creep is still following me. You said, spotting the weird guy between the people in front of the club. Jungkook. Let's go before I break his nose, he said, gritting his teeth, and walked you to his car. He helped you get inside the car on the passenger seat and leaned over to fasten your seatbelt. He came so close that you could smell his cologne. YN. Wow, you smell amazing and you look fine as always in your hot tuxedo, you said, giggling. Jungkook. Seriously, how much did you drink? He asked, standing upright and bent forward to look into your eyes. YN. Not much, maybe a bit too much. Everything is spinning now. Is that normal? You said, shrugging, and shook your head. Jungkook. No. I better drive you home now, he said, shutting the car door, and got in on the driver's side. It was silent on the ride to tour apartment and you tried your best to fight the urge to turn on the radio and sing along, even though you really wanted to do that. You turned your head to the side and let your gaze wander over him. Memories flooded your mind, how his hands were roaming over to you and he hung, you pushing you on your bed. With a serious expression on his face, he was focused on the street while your eyes landed on his veiny hands holding the steering wheel firmly. You felt how he became more hot with each second that passed. He was just so attractive. Jungkook. Are you okay? He asked after me noticed you staring at him. YN. I don't know, I'm hot, it's hot in here. Did you turn on the heater? You said, groaning. Jungkook. No, I didn't, he said, looking at you worried as you fanned air to your face. YN. I'll quickly open this, okay? You said, rolling down the window. The cold air hit your face and played with your hair, making you come back to your senses a little. You didn't see how a small smile made its way on his lips as you leaned out of the window to feel the air on your skin and between your hands. YN. Mr. Jayon. I mean sir. he said, slightly slurring. 𝚤𝚄, why are you always so cold to me? Did I do something wrong? You pout your lips. 𝚁𝚃, no you didn't, some might call it professionalism, he said, turning right. 𝚤𝚄, professionalism, you're funny, you said, giggling, and closed the window. 𝚁𝚃, we're here, he said, getting out of the car to help you out. He supported you and you made your way up to your apartment. You searched for the key in your bag and then tried to unlock the door. Without saying anything, he took the key from you and opened the door for you. 𝚤𝚄, thanks, you said, stumbling clumsily inside. He was quick to catch you again before you could fall down. 𝚤𝚄, you don't need to help me. I feel better already, you said, trying to stand by yourself, and took off your jacket. 𝚁𝚃, are you sure? You still seem pretty drunk and I'm not sure if I can leave you like that, he said, piercing you with his dark orbs. 𝚤𝚄, my cold boss cares for me, you said, laughing while you tried to take off your heels. You failed miserably and almost fell to the ground if he hadn't saved you again. 𝚁𝚃, sit there. I'll get you a glass of water, he said, making you sit on the couch. You watched him walk into the kitchen and sighed. He came back and you checked him out, unknowingly biting your lower lip. He put the glass down on the couch table in front of you and looked back up at you. He froze and then sighed, coming closer to you. 𝚁𝚃, don't do this, he said, and released your bottom lip with his thumb. His soft touch tore down all your walls and you didn't hold back anymore. You cupped his cheeks in your hands and pulled him down to you. 𝚁𝙸𝚂𝙗𝚃4SS, 𝚁𝙸𝚂𝙗𝚃, you back. You let yourself fall back on the couch and he followed your movements. He supported himself and leaned over, connecting his lips on your neck. Your breath hitched and a low M4N fell off your lips while you ran your hands through his hair. 𝚁𝚃, we shouldn't do this, he said, panting, and pulled away.